You know, there's a lot of reasons to stop drinking alcohol. And today we're going to talk about 5 reasons why you should stop drinking alcohol. The reality is, alcohol doesn't really offer you much value to your life. You know why? Because it's a waste of time and money. How much time do you think that you've wasted because of alcohol? Personally, I know that I wasted a lot of time, not just from drinking, but also from the days where I was really hungover or I couldn't do anything. I have a lot more time on my hands. And at first, I didn't know what to do with that, and I know that can be a fear that prevents people from quitting alcohol because they've heard sobriety is boring, and what am I gonna do with my friends if I don't drink alcohol? And those are all really valid reasons, I guess, to continue drinking alcohol, but if you feel like it offers you no value, and you feel like it's taking away from your life, especially if you think that maybe you have a negative relationship in terms of you can't stop once you start, how about you start looking at the pros of what life would be like without it in your life? What would you do with all the time that you had back that maybe you wasted in the past? So there's one reason why you should stop drinking alcohol. Now the second reason you should stop drinking alcohol is because of cost. I mean, how much does a beer cost these days? I have no idea because I don't go out to bars anymore. Or even if I did, I'm not ordering a cocktail, so I still don't know. I mean, I know that a friend and I, we went out, he had a couple drinks, and I think he spent about $30. That's just one night for 2 drinks. Let's say he does that 3 times a week. That's $90. We'll roll it up to $100 a week just for a few drinks. Times 4 weeks, that's $400 a month. I mean, that's a really big chunk of change. And I don't know about you, but I enjoy having more money in my pocket that I'm not necessarily throwing away to something like alcohol. Hit the like button if you know what I mean. Because alcohol is really expensive, yet we justify spending our money on it constantly, even though the next day we beat ourselves up, or we're always like, gosh, why don't I have any money? Why can't I make ends meet? Why can't I go on nice trips? Why can't I buy myself nice things? Why do I always feel strapped for cash? We've just been programmed to believe through peer pressure, through marketing, through learned behaviors, and just through our addiction that alcohol is worth the cost because it makes us feel better socially, it takes away the pain, it takes away the emotion, it allows us to escape from reality, or it's just part of how life is handled because we've learned that from a young age, unfortunately. The third reason you should stop drinking alcohol is because, well, it's just not good for you. And let's not even get into the health benefits of quitting alcohol. Let's not even talk about how it negatively impacts your body. Let's just talk about the initial taste of it. Do you actually enjoy the taste of alcohol? Hit the like button if so, but let me know your thoughts in the comments, because I bet if we all go back and we think about the first time we drank a beer or hard liquor, I bet most of us, if we're being honest with ourselves, will say, I didn't actually enjoy the taste of it. Is it more that we enjoyed the feel of it? Is it more that we enjoyed how it made us feel around our friends because of peer pressure? I mean, but how many people do chasers when they do shots? Because the taste is disgusting, but the effect is intoxicating. But if we weren't led to believe that we needed alcohol in the first place, or we would have trusted that first instinct when we first started drinking that maybe our body didn't like it, especially when we throw up because our body's literally rejecting the alcohol, I wonder if any of us would actually have developed a palate for alcohol. So to each their own, but honestly, I think that the taste is a great reason to stop drinking alcohol because it just really makes no sense. And if it burns on the way down, it's probably just ultimately not good for you. A fourth reason why you should stop drinking alcohol is because, well, you'll stop making bad choices. And I am not one to judge. I made a lot of bad choices because of alcohol. I'm very grateful to be alive. But I know a lot of people that have had DUIs because of alcohol, because we justify that we can drive a car when we're intoxicated. We justify going home with someone that we don't know. We justify taking chances and risks that put our life in danger when we're drunk. You don't have to get into the nitty-gritty of your own experience, but just hit the like button if you've experienced something scary because of your drinking. I mean, blackouts are frightening, especially when they start happening all the time, because who actually wants to lose memory or lose time and have to wonder the next morning or the next day, what did I do last night? Or how did I get home? And then we go into this world of guilt and shame where we beat ourselves up, especially if you struggle with it, especially if it's an addiction. We start telling ourselves that we suck and we're weak because we just did it again, we can't stop. But why do we continue doing it if we know that we're ultimately going to make bad choices? It doesn't make us a bad person, but maybe it's just that our relationship with alcohol or whatever the addiction is has become so habitually ingrained in us, we just literally can't stop. We've lost the understanding or the reason behind why we even do it in the first place. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with you if that hits home in any way, but it doesn't have to be like that forever. You can gain your power back. You can stop making bad choices. You can start making more good choices that will benefit your life in the long run. And the fifth reason that you should stop drinking alcohol is because you can. You do have a choice. You don't need it. I know that it will require change. It'll probably force you to take a break from certain social circles. But quitting alcohol is one of the most empowering things that you can ever do in your entire life. You're going against the grain of what everyone else does. And we are not meant to be sheep. We're not meant to just follow along because we're told to do something. And that's, I believe, how a lot of people operate when it comes to alcohol. Peer pressure began, we started doing it, even though we didn't want to, even though it doesn't taste good, even though it costs a lot of money. But yet we don't want to be the outsider. We don't want to feel alone because we choose to stop drinking alcohol while others don't. But be the outlier, be the trendsetter when it comes to quitting alcohol. Show all your friends that there's a different way of living, that you don't need alcohol to have fun, and that life is more authentic and more fulfilling by not waking up and feeling like crap and wondering where you were or what you did the night before. And that's the most primary reason to stop drinking alcohol, is because you have a choice. And by overcoming that little obstacle in life, even though maybe it seems like it's fun and it doesn't feel like an obstacle, you'll be able to find other aspects of your life that you're holding yourself back in, and you'll be able to quit those too. And then you'll just keep leveling up one time after another until you've achieved this life that you never thought possible. All because you made the conscious decision to quit alcohol just because you could. So as you can tell, I'm pretty passionate about this topic. I believe alcohol offers zero value to anyone. It doesn't taste great, it costs too much money, it makes us do bad things, it makes us lose time, it makes us forget things, it ruins relationships, it does so much, much more. And this is just not even delving into the whole addictive side of it, or the alcoholic or alcoholism side of it. This is simply just good old brass tacks. Why it doesn't work, and why you should stop drinking, or at least I highly encourage you to think about it and maybe give it a go. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear back from you on this topic because I know it can be a pretty spicy one sometimes. But hit the like button if this hit home in any way. Hit the like button if any of the reasons to stop drinking made sense. Please share this with someone that maybe is struggling with alcohol use. And then I hope that you'll consider subscribing to my channel so that I can support your sober journey when you choose to quit alcohol. And don't forget to hit the bell. That way you're notified of any videos that I release on a weekly basis. Until I see you again, I hope that you'll check out that video right there. But much love and much life. I'm Clark with The Sober Web, and I'll talk to you really soon. Bye.